Tag TV, and Tag Radio. Technology now has a voice of innovation and information. Get it on www.tagtvonline.com. It was a one-of-a-kind gathering that once again brought together Georgia's visionary technology leadership, this year in record numbers. Last month's 2009 Georgia Technology Summit, the GTS, the largest attended event of its kind in our industry's history. After considering nearly 100 applicants, the Technology Association of Georgia announced at the GTS its 2009 Top 10 Innovative Technology Companies, each of which were given a spotlight to make a presentation at the summit and to be recognized throughout the day-long event in the Summit Showcase exhibition. The annual Top 40 recognition and resulting Top 10 spotlight and showcase is an industry focus on the next generation of Georgia's innovators, poised to further expand the state's reputation for global technology excellence. Greetings, everyone. It's Tuesday, March 31st, and this is Tech Talk with Technology Association of Georgia President Tino Mantella. In recognition of the historic 2009 Georgia Technology Summit, Tech Talk is taking a special opportunity to highlight top 10 winners in a month-long series of interviews with these next-generation leaders. First to today's Tech Talk, Tino speaks with Top 10 Innovative Company Award winner Sanjay Sehgal, CEO and President of Pramana, a company which grew out of the high-tech roots of our own Georgia Tech Institute. Pramana is a transparent security framework that enables online enterprises to effectively and confidently distinguish human communication from software-generated clients. More on this unique technology will be explained later in today's interview. Sanjay Sehgal is responsible for overall strategic and business direction for Pramana. With over a decade of executive and entrepreneurial expertise, Sanjay has founded or co-founded 3 other companies: AMI, that sold for over $220 million, Ividity, and Centrec, all category-leading companies in their respective markets. The Tech Talk turns its focus on the 2009 Top 10 Innovative Companies in Georgia as Tino speaks with successful serial entrepreneur and Georgia industry technology leading next-generation executive, CEO and President of Pramana, Sanjay Sehgal.
Sanjay, thank you for joining me on Tech Talk, and congratulations on being a Top 10 Innovative Company at this Georgia Technology Summit.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone.
Let's jump right into it, Sanjay. I'm sure a number of our listeners do not yet know about the company Pramana, so can you talk a little bit about what the company does and how long you've been in business?
Sure. We have been in business since 2007. That's when the company was founded, so a little over a year and a half. We soft launched, which is a term we normally use to start putting the product in the production environment. We did that late last year, and we have now a few customers who have been using the product. And see, Pramana as a word, it has its roots in Sanskrit, and it means proof of reality. And why I mention that, not to increase listeners' knowledge of Sanskrit, but because that word describes our business. We are in the business of proving the reality behind human interaction on the web. Over the years, as we have built many successful web enterprises, in today's world, we can't imagine existing without the Googles, eBays, and Amazons of the world. As all that has happened, on the other end, the bad guys have also gotten smarter. They have evolved their means of scamming us, defrauding us. So as a result, today human beings have become minority on the internet. So we want to put that power of interaction, online interaction, back in the hands of human. How do we do it? Is by enabling those web enterprises a mechanism, an invisible mechanism, to be able to distinguish between an interaction or a transaction coming from human being from that of coming from non-humans. So once web enterprises have that intelligence, they are able to allow you without interrupting the flow of your transaction as human beings, and at the same time not getting defrauded by non-humans or the software-generated traffic.
Well, obviously, this is a hot topic right now. There was just a recent show on 60 Minutes that was talking about the need for enhanced security. So I'm sure a lot of companies are interested in what you're doing. What's your target market?
So, I currently we have over 5 customers in production, and they all range from online gaming companies to the webmail companies to e-commerce companies. But, the problem that we solve overall comes or falls under 2 buckets. One is financial fraud, needless to say, because that's, the bad guys are smarter than many of us in following the money.
Right.
So they like to go after the financial companies, and so that's one market segment for me. Another is reputation hijacking, and that falls or that deals with companies or that affects companies which have subscription-based services like Yahoo or Google or Microsoft or Craigslist or eBay. I mean, you subscribe for their services, in many cases free services. So these bad guys, they have interest in using the reputation of either the user who is who has subscribed to those services, or the reputation of the service provider itself. So our customers are financial services companies, online gaming companies, online dating companies, the webmail companies, wherever human beings are supposed to go and interact or transact. Those are the categories of our customers.
So I'm assuming that lots of companies are racing to find the best solution. How do you create competitive advantage in your company? How do you differentiate the business from existing players out there? And I guess I should ask, do you see that there are existing players out there?
So, whenever, there is a strong market, if a market gets defined, people, even if they are not there, they try to put themselves in that category, so which is always good. It's good to have competition. So we do have some competition in the overall market of web fraud detection. But we have a very unique solution. Most of the companies in that have been there for the last 5, 6, 7 years. So they all have older generation solutions. They are more suited for solving problems after the fact, whereas we are the only solution which is invisible, doesn't require users to or doesn't require any additional action from the user. So user doesn't see whether we are there or not, and at the same time we are real time. We don't give you, we don't detect the fraud after the fact. We give you as it happens. So those are the 2 unique things which none of our competitors have, and that's why all the people who are using our product today or are trialing our product, they chose us.
Well, we appreciate having serial entrepreneurs like yourself in Atlanta, in Georgia, certainly, and we're proud to have you with us. This isn't the first company you started, but why did you decide to build this particular company?
See, I mean, my previous companies were never in security business, but here I think, the most comfortably positioned in the right place in the center of the, security universe. I mean, Atlanta is the best place, I think, to build a security company. And I'm glad to be here. And, of course, I had done other storage companies for which I had to recruit people from other places, and it was never bad. I mean, you get this good housing, good weather, great hub, and, I mean, there are so many benefits. And here, on top of it, any time I want to hire an executive or hire an engineer, I have so many to choose from. It's a perfect place to build a security company in Atlanta.
Well, that's a good promotion for Atlanta and for Georgia. I hope the Chamber of Commerce picks this up and sends it out virally, Sanjay, because that was
why not?
That was the perfect message for them. Well, I guess the final question I'd ask is, because you did show well in terms of innovation at our Technology Summit, and you got a chance to present before 1,000 people, which must have been an interesting experience. But what's the role of innovation moving forward for Pramana? Pramana, sorry.
No problem. The game or the market I'm in or the problem I'm solving, I view it as a cat and mouse game with the bad guys as cats and we are the mouse. So we have to stay agile as they evolve, or I shouldn't say as they evolve, but evolve a step ahead of them. I mean, they are constantly evolving their tools to mimic human behavior online all the time. So I need to make sure that I stay several steps ahead of them and be, as they learn what I'm doing, I'm able to defeat them consistently, persistently, sincerely, all the time. So I have a good research team. I'm in touch with Georgia Tech all the time. I have the Dean of College of Computing on my board, and actively involved with the GTIS, Georgia Tech Information Security Center. So I am hoping by surrounding myself with all this great brain power, I will be able to innovate consistently to stay ahead in this game.
Well, that's great, and I appreciate you taking the time with me this morning, and thanks for joining me on Tech Talk.
Thank you. Thank you all.